everybody, and thank you for joining us back here at CBLT's channel. We're, of course, sitting here once again with Peter. And Peter, you had some really exciting news lately. How are you holding up?
I'm doing well. I spent pretty much all day yesterday on the phone answering emails on Twitter. The news was well received. And Michael, nice to see you again. Thanks for all your support.
Of course. Glad to be here and to kick it off. Yeah, first and foremost, the dividend. Everybody wants to know what this is about, where this came from. We have talked about your guys' ownership of Syscom Corp for a while now. Tell us how this finally came to fruition.
Well, we were helping Syscom with some strategy. The forest fires in Manitoba and in Ontario got in the way of us doing some work when we wanted to. We're not the kind of people to sit around and twiddle thumbs, so we got to work with Syscom, providing them with some strategic consulting advice. They wanted to effect some acquisitions in the private space. We have some experience there. So CBLT rented out its expertise to Syscom, and in exchange, got an option to buy 4.9 million shares of Syscom. If you go back through our financial statements, you'll see that we exercised that option in February of this year. Syscom then effected its first acquisition. It has indicated that it has lined up its second acquisition, and it intends to go public by way of a non-offering prospectus as soon as possible. We decided to share the potential upside with the shareholder base. And so to do that, we declared a dividend in kind of our ownership of the Syscom shares back to the shareholders. So every CBLT shareholder is going to wind up being a Syscom shareholder by way of dividend.
Wonderful. Yeah, this is a really good turnout here, and people are pretty happy about it. You see the stock responding to it, and that's not the only thing you guys got going on, though. You also have an update on Chatford Lake. Tell us how things are going there so far.
So Chatford Lake, as we've talked about before, is in the Bird River pegmatite field in southeast Manitoba. It's close to the world famous Tanko mine, which, as you pointed out earlier, is sitting on 7.3 million tons of lithium oxide at about 27,000 parts per million. Now that's from, as we always say, that predates 43101. So all the usual caveats apply. Just for comparison, lithium in brine on average runs 200 parts per million. Tanko runs 27,000.
Yeah.
We're in the same field. We have our first batch of samples in the lab, and we're supposed to have the results back any day now. It will take us about a week to put together a good press release to announce those results. So we expect those results imminently.
Wonderful. What else has been going on? Any other updates people should know?
Well, we plan to get started at Big Duck Lake. That's been slower than we expected, again, because of the forest fires just delayed everything. You know, the government issued a moratorium on every mining company up in that part of the world, including us. So we're now getting things rolling again. We want to go drill at our Big Duck Lake property, which is a very exciting property. It's in Hemlo West.
Wonderful. Well, Peter, listen, a lot of exciting stuff on your guys' plate, a lot of exciting news announcements. So everybody stay tuned. I promise we'll get you more updates as soon as they come along the wire. Any closing words before we go, Peter?
Our board and management has a philosophy that we hate issuing shares. We've been around 11 years with 76 million shares out, and we have never done a consolidation. Corporate events like this dividend help us not have to do a financing, help us keep the float small so that when the good things happen, the shareholders benefit from it. And we're committed to that philosophy.
Well said, Peter. Well, again, thank you for your time today. And thank you, everybody.